Hey everyone, this is Grant from Spectra Racing. So this is an Autoslalom in Toronto, Canada with the Push It to the Limit group. So after Grid Life Lime Rock, I went up to Canada to go visit a friend. And before I actually did all this, I realized that I wanted to make sure I was going to get across the border with no issues. I wanted to make sure that they weren't going to be afraid, I was going into the country and selling this thing. There's a lot of, you can run into a little bit of trouble there if you drive into the country and sell a car or vice versa. I also didn't have a lot of time when crossing the border, so I didn't want to get inspected or anything, so I wanted this to go as smoothly as possible. Anyway, I did find a very obscure post from a long time ago is where I got this information. It was from a Porsche club, but there really is not a lot. So this worked well for me, and if you're towing across the border with a race car, follow this guide. So essentially, what the main thing you need is just the event ticket. That's the most important thing, really. I registered for the event on Motorsports Reg, printed it out. I put the person or place. In my case, it was just person because I was staying at their house. I had their address listed there too. How I knew them, which is playing Halo when we were kids because I'm a nerd. Obviously, I had my passport because I'm a U.S. citizen. I had the title and registration of the vehicles. Title may not be necessary as long as it's registered. And the last thing here is I had a personal manifest. Being that I was coming from Grid Life Lime Rock, I had a lot of junk with me. So they may ask you, if they see you coming with a whole bunch of stuff, especially I had an open trailer, but if you have an enclosed trailer, they may want to know what's in there. And if you have a full list, you can avoid being searched. So this is just some basic stuff. Obviously, I left out, you don't want to bring any kind of weapons or drugs or anything. Pretty obvious there. But yeah, so when you go through the actual border, I just went through the standard vehicle entry. You don't need to go through any kind of special truck or anything. There is a sign for car/RV, but it was the same going in and out at the Peace Bridge. This was in the Buffalo area is where I went across. And yeah, went smoothly both directions. The only thing the only additional information they looked for when I crossed the border was basically just the registration of my car that I was driving, the Tacoma. That was the only thing I didn't hand them they wanted to know. And they just kind of asked a bit more questions than how I knew this person. Just went into a little bit more detail how we used to play Halo 2 together when we were kids. And now we both like autocross. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this quick little guide on how to cross the border with your race car.